Good morning, students. Again, welcome back to Rasa class. Students, yesterday I taught you about past perfect tense, its rules, and some affirmative sentences and its patterns. Now, students, today I am going to teach you the rest of the sentences: interrogative, yes/no type question, and WHO type question. And also, I will teach you interrogative negative sentence. So, students, please get ready with your notebook and pen, and I am going to tell you. Now look at the blackboard. Heading negative sentence. To make negative sentence of past perfect tense, we use the following patterns. Students, jot down patterns. In the active, first of all we use subject, after that had and not, and third form of member and object. After that we use before, and again we use subject and second form of member, and at last we use object. In the passive voice, first of all we use object, after that had and it was not, then been, and third form of member, preposition by, after that subject and before, and again we use subject and second form of member, at last we use object. For example, as she had not cooked food before the guest came. In the passive, food had not been cooked by her before the guest came. Now students, jot down interrogative sentence, yes/no type question. To make yes/no type question of past perfect tense, we use the following patterns. Here patterns are given. In the active voice, first of all we use helping verb had, after that subject and third form of member and object, then before, again we use subject and second form of member, at last we use object and put question mark. In the passive voice, we use had and object, after that been and third form of member, preposition by, and then subject and before, after that we use subject and second form of member, at last we use object and put question mark. For example, in the active, had the teacher taught English before the bell rang. In the passive, had English been taught by the teacher before the bell rang. Now students, jot down WH word type question. To make WH word type question of past perfect tense, we use the following patterns. In the active voice, first of all we use question word, after that had and subject, then third form member and object, after that we use before and again subject and second form of member, at that we use object and put question mark. In the passive voice, we use question word, after that had and object and been and third form of member, preposition by and subject, then before, again we use subject and second form of member, at last we use object and put question mark. For example, who had taught English before the bell rang? In the passive, by whom had English been taught before the bell rang? Now students, I am going to tell you the rules of interrogative negative sentence. Just like you use not before the, just before the subject, that just after the subject in the active voice, and in the passive voice we use not just after the object in the passive voice. So students, you must have understood through these examples and rules. Now I am going to give you some sentences which you have to find out the error, wrong words from the sentence, and then change into passive voice. So students, please jot down question. Correct the error and change into passive voice. Number 1. Someone had stole my purse before I got off the train. Second one, I had not take tea before the sun rose. Third one, had you finished your work before father comes. Fourth one, who brought milk before I got up. Fifth one, what has mother cooked before the guest came. And sixth one, had you buy the tickets before the train arrived. So these are the sentences which you have to find out error and then change into passive voice. So students, please carry on your study and stay safe, stay home with your family. Thank you.